Hello students, today I am going to talk about self-esteem and some concerns with public affairs. The topic which is your chapter 11 and this is part of your unit 4. Before we go on to the various subtopics, let us understand the theoretical perspective. Laswell talked about that the accentuation of power is to be understood as compensatory reaction against low estimates of self. Now here what he is saying that men who are isolated and insignificant in mass society may join such movements, and so that they feel attached with the mass society. So indirectly he is trying to say that people with low self-esteem do participate in the public affairs. Now another approach, another perspective is like it is given by Goldhammer, and he says that people get so exhausted with their inner conflicts that there is no energy left for the public affair. So and another approach which is given by Horney, he said he has given the concept of neurotic egocentry, which is there in your book. Please read. Now they are having incapacitating, the emotional problems is so much wrapped in the inner world that the remote world seems to be irrelevant to them. They are not bothered about the external world, and that is the reason why they don't talk about the outer world. They are just limited to their self. Okay, so this chapter is going to make you understand the concern and your attention to public affair as reflected in interest to in political affairs, and the second one is participation in discussion of national and international affairs, including quality and quantity of such participation. Now, self-esteem and apathy toward the public affair. Now, this is the first thing, first approach. Now, do young people affected with feeling of inadequacy and sense of worthlessness immerse themselves in national and international affairs, or do such matters tend to have little meaning to them? Actually they are less likely to say that they are entrusted to political affairs. They are very much interested in political affairs, but the approach to political affair is different. Now what are those two approaches? They both are participating. The egophobic people, egophobic are who? Those people who are having low self-esteem. They will be participating passively. Now actively, passively, active participation is when you are becoming leader, or you're leading, or you are writing your blogs, or you are writing on your Facebook. So these are few instances of active participation, whereas passive participation, they just look and they just read, they just discuss within themselves, and they don't come out of that. So that is what passive participation, but they both are participating. Remember this. Okay, next but comparatively, if you see the egophobic and egophilic people, now who are doing more of participation, then definitely it is egophilic. But why egophobic people are participating less? Then there are various reasons. Now very first reason is, what does public participation require? But public participation require interpersonal skills, face-to-face communication, which they lack. They don't have those skills, so they don't tend to participate. Like suppose if you ask some person to give a speech, definitely there's always a hitch, but there are few students who just come up and just say, okay ma'am, I'll do it. So that is what the approach is. Okay, now there are other reasons also. Now why these other things are, now express lack of interest in matter of national and international import, and the reason is he is likely to follow such questions in press or on the air. He is not much interested, and he manifests great ignorance of such subject on objective test of knowledge. Somewhere he is not much interested into the outside world. Now why this is happening? This is happening because of, first, the interpersonal threat. Now, what is that interpersonal threat? People with low self-esteem find themselves that if they participate, they will be deeply disturbed, because if someone laughs at them for their political opinion, or if they say this is my opinion, and nobody is agreeing to their opinion, then definitely they will become the mock of the tongue for everybody, and say for this reason they really don't want to come out, and they really feel that they should avoid such kind of things. Okay, so they will make people angry. All these are interpersonal threats. Okay, the second one is lack of confidence. The lack of confidence is mainly participating very less in the political discussion, and they are not, like, one question is asked in your book: if I were to present my ideas in public affair to the group of strangers, then I would be the lower, the individual self-esteem level of will be less, and they will be contributing to the meetings, or their views in such things will be very less. Now next one is self-consciousness. This is the third point why they are least interested. They are least interested because of this self-consciousness. Now these egophobic people relatively self-conscious when they are talking to others, but in particular he is likely to be absorbed in following kind of questions: what do others think of me? What do they evaluate out of me? What expression am I making? All these are self-conscious questions, and these will never allow them to open up freely in the public affairs. Okay, so this is all about the self-esteem and interest in public affairs. I'm sure you will read this chapter, and in case if you have any doubts, please do ask me.